Don't go to Hamilton. It's like the Detroit of Canada. I'll keep that in mind. There's something I want to do right. We're going to take on Whitney. Wait, no, I have to go north. Never mind, I can't do that till I have to take on Whitney. Alright, I guess Whitney's next. We definitely want to level up Pikachu. However, I want to test out Diamond Cutter. I want to test out that, the defense curl into rollout, you know? If it wasn't for the music design, these games wouldn't be known as greats. I wouldn't think as highly of, like, I love Crystal, but I love, like, every part of Crystal, you know? For the most part. Oh, dude, there was some artists. I put it on Twitter a long time ago. I think I still have the image on my computer somewhere. There was some some pinup art of like an H quality, like high H quality, like a high quality beauty, and it had beauty written underneath. And it's, I don't know. That's some kind of shit I would have put on my wall. I don't know. I really liked it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. This is really cool, and I didn't know people did stuff like that. It's gonna be under pictures or downloads. I don't know where it came from. I don't know the artist or anything like that, but it was so cool. Get all of that, man. I don't know. Just takes me back to Gen 2. And then it even has the OG Sprite up in the corner there. And then that's just OG Sprite just chilling over there. Thought I would share. Most of you guys probably didn't care about that, but yeah, that's pretty much it, Snabbit. I mean, a lot of people come through, they're like, Gen 4 is just Gen 2, but updated and better with cooler graphics, and Pokemon follow you, which is what's really important. But the reason I think I lived through Gen 3 so much, like, it's 100%, like, not 100%, but it's a lot of it's a nostalgia trip, but it's because I remember all the shit, like, after playing Gen 1, and since I still play Gen 1 a lot, to know that they were working with the same stuff and all the upgrades and huge leaps forward that they made with Gen 2. Omega would have made a nutty moment. I get that picture, I need it for research. I might put it on Twitter again later. I didn't even look at it like that. I don't know, it's fucking art. But yeah, and just to know, like, I don't know, they advanced in every way imaginable for this game. Let's try this. Alright, we're gonna do Defense Curl. It's all ready for this moment. Oh, really? Oh, hey girl. Send it out. Just send him to the fucking slaughter field. Holy shit. That the weakest rollout. It only does like 15 damage. The weakest rollout, almost O-code. And it gets progressively stronger. Do Black 2 and White 2 have you seeing stuff that happened again? Never finished. Black 2 and White 2 are like direct continuations though. Like it's number 2 in its name. Right? Get in line, boys. I'd rather not do the whole 2-region thing again. I think it worked. I think it worked with this. I don't know how Black and White 2 felt. I don't know if people liked Black and White 2 or didn't like the idea of it in Black and White 2, but I think it worked. I think it worked really, really well for this. Because especially, again, going from Gen 1 to Gen 2, especially if you were doing that shit as a kid, man. You played through Gen 1 and you saw, like, you worked through the game and Pokemon catching was... And then you go through Gen 2 Johto and you're like, oh my god, it's a whole new adventure and all this crazy shit. And then you get through with the Pokemon League, and Pokemon aren't really that high of a level, but whatever. Then like you can go back to Kanto, and it's almost never referred to as the Kanto region in the first game, so you don't even know. All of a sudden you start walking around, you're like, wait a second. You get off the ship, and you're like, I remember this place. What the fuck? This is... Holy shit, we were here. And then you battle Red at the end, it blows your fucking mind. You know what Gen 2 did really well? You know what it did really fucking well? It set up a huge... It set up Gen 3 to be a giant disappointment, is what it did. It set up Gen 3 to be a huge disappointment, as it was. Let's try to level up Thundershat while we can. I guess Thundershat's almost the same level as Diamond Cutter. He just doesn't feel as strong right now. Don't let my Pokemon's cute look fool you. They can whip you. Going to whip me. Alright, that is neat. What's up, Pokemon Sun and Moon? Most of the stuff they've announced, I'm not really looking forward to. There's a couple new Pokemon that look okay. I'm not a fan of just rehashing Gen 1 Pokemon and saying, oh, we made new stuff, because you really didn't. And it seems super lazy, but I heard they were taking HMs out, and that's a huge plus. Final hit from the rollout combo is times 64 damage from base damage. Is that with the, defense curl? Do we know what base damage is? Or does that depend on the Pokemon, I guess? Only people whose where Gen 3 is their favorite gen is either people who started on Gen 2 really late or people who started on Gen 3. Those are the only people who are like, oh yeah, dude, Gen 3's just the tits. Oh, I missed a rollout. That's kind of sad. I think I missed another rollout. Then we killed him though. If when you say Gen 3, you mean the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire remakes, I can kind of understand that. Just because that's new and stuff. But just to be like, oh no, Gen 3. Gen 3 just wasn't that great. And that's not even me speaking from someone who played, like I just said, Gen 3 was set up to be a letdown. There's just so much wrong with it. Especially Ruby Sapphire. They released Ruby Sapphire, and Ruby Sapphire wasn't doing well, and people weren't liking it as much. So when they came out with Emerald, when they dropped the third game in the lineup, their goal was to dial back to... they tried to make it more like Gen 2 for Emerald. They tried to dial Emerald back. Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is Gen 6. I mean, it's Gen 3 remakes though. Terrific games. I mean, I haven't played them myself. I've seen people shiny hunting in them and stuff like that. But I know I've seen Sacred Fire Negro talk a lot of shit on. Not X and Y. I think he likes X and Y, but he's not a big fan of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire for whatever reason. Started on Gen 3, I liked Ruby Sapphire, and then I think Gen 2 was better. You have taste. That's what it's called, you have taste. I can't zoom out, but if you Google it, this maze we're walking through is actually in the shape of a Clefairy. You should know that. We're up kind of like by the head area now, but here, I'll show you. See, these are the feet. That's the right foot. That's the left foot. And there's the left arm over here. Eyeballs are somewhere in here. I think these are the eyeballs. I'm not sure. Hi, I'm Whitney. I'll cry when you beat me. Let's do this. Fire Red and Leaf Green was not at all a bad place to start. If you started on Fire Red Leaf Green, you kind of got the same feel. If you play through Fire Red Leaf Green, then you play through Heart Gold Soul Silver, and you realize, oh, I'm going back to the same place. I mean, you don't get to, you know, appreciate the leaps and bounds the game and Pokemon in general made from Gen 1 to Gen 2, especially considering that they do upgrade an entire console between Fire Red Leaf Green, Heart Gold Soul Silver, but... I think X and Y are probably the games I'm looking forward to the most. Wow, just fuck my face with a crit metronome slam, will ya? As a joke, because he did. He's a good wake-up call. Yeah, I got a shiny Pikachu, Epic Archer. Please tell me it passed the paralysis. Looks like we're going to rollout war, boys. It's faster than me. That's bad news. That being said, Defense Curl Plus not very effective. Older gens, Elite 4 was easily harder. Gen 4 is pretty tough in not Gen 4. Elite Four is pretty hard in Gen 1. Gen 3 is really difficult, but Gen 3, like a lot of what adds to Gen... I'm not saying it wouldn't be hard without it, but a lot of what adds to Gen 3's difficulty... By the way, get fucking shit on. A lot of what adds to Gen 3's difficulty is the fact that the computers use full restore spam. The AI is programmed to spam the hell out of full restore when they're about to get their ass kicked. Bugs the hell out of me. By the way, this Clefairy is so fucking dead. We're on like our 3rd or 4th rollout after a defense curl after we fucked up Miltank. Always bug me. Whitney was such a bitch to beat when I was a kid. And then even when you did it, she wouldn't give you the gym badge. I have never worked harder in my life to achieve anything in Pokemon than to get this fucking badge from you, you dumb bitch. See, Gen 4 is a fine choice for best games if you're including the Gen 2 remakes. Because they did. I mean, in a nutshell, they did. They took Gen 2. They added physical special split if that's something that's really important to you. And then people pop a huge fucking chode over Pokemon following you. But the Pokemon do follow you. And everyone's all over that shit. They did make the music worse. They made the music worse pretty much all the way around. But I think there's an option to turn them back to the good old Gen 2 music. Which I will be doing when I play through that, by the way. Whitney just got rickrolled. But yeah, the fact that you have the best games, the best generation's games in Gen 2 remade, plus its own generation Gen 4, which was pretty solid from the way everyone talks about it. I wouldn't necessarily say how good of a trainer you are, Lugia. I would say it shows up in your Pokemon layout. Like, if you know what you're doing, no trainer in Pokemon should be hard. If you're at the level like I'm at, no trainer in Pokemon should give you trouble. Right? Unless you're not grinding at all, or you're doing something different or crazy or outside your comfort zone, no one should give you trouble. There's so many ways to deal with Whitney, it's not even funny. I could have given Fury Cutter to my Quilava and started Fury Cuttering on Clefairy, and I would have like 2 or 3 shot Miltank. It's after you beat the Johto region? Oh, that's lame. I really don't like when Pokemon fall. See, I've never heard anyone complain about it, and I don't think I would complain about it. It's just, I don't know why it's so make or break. Like, there are people who legitimately see the new Pokemon update come out, and they're like, Pokemon don't follow you. It's not going to be that good. They never listen to the fans. Like, just because Pokemon don't follow you doesn't mean, like, it's bad, homie, you know? I mean, I know it was the first and only other time outside of Yellow, but 493 Pokemon at the time having a sprite is cool, but how much time did that take them, you know? How many resources? I'm pretty sure they probably could only pull that off because it was a remake, and they didn't have to, like, make new shit for the most part on their own. Did that woman give me a squirt bottle? She gave me a squirt bottle, right? I didn't pay any attention. No? Give me a squirt bottle, you filthy bitch. I think I have to go talk. I think I have to walk up here and talk to the one girl first. Every Pokemon battle is easy when you hack the game. But no, you always have Fury Cutter to fall back on. You can catch him at Chop if you want to. You can catch him at Chop if you want to. He can Karate Chop Miltank. He's a fighting type. He'll be okay. You know, he'll take Miltank out in a couple hits if you train him up okay. You can catch Nidoran Male somewhere, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's only in Gold and Silver. I think it's only in Gold and Silver. But in Gold and Silver, you can catch Nidoran Male. He learns Double Kick. He'll kick ass. Let's do the Psychic type. Since this special will probably be better than old Pikachu's here. How much time does it take to make full-size sprites? I mean, they had to make it for all 4 angles of every individual Pokemon, so I'm sure it took up a while as far as them following you, and then they had to make animations for them to, like, hop and stuff. I don't mind them. I don't think following you is like a bad thing. I just don't see why everyone is in love 100% with the idea of them following you, you know? Whatever Pokemon I'm throwing Rock Smash on. Could I have Rock Smash by now? I didn't think I got Rock Smash till Olivine. Unless you're talking about Gen 4 and it's different there. Oh, thank God it failed. Please don't use Flash. Oh, it failed again. I think it would take most a month, considering the resources Nintendo has. I think you're talking out your ass, and I think that's a month worth of paychecks. Even if you're right. But I 100% think you're just talking out your ass and making shit up on that one. What makes Flash fail? And I know how it works in Gen 1, I don't know how it works in Gen 2. But Flash failing is essentially the equivalent of an attack missing. Like, I think Flash only has like a 95% chance to hit or something. But in Gen 1, it works differently. Because in Gen 1, Growl and Tail Whip and all those moves, they're 100% accurate. But in Gen 1, there's still the opportunity to Gen 1 miss, which is like a 1 in 256 chance or something like that. However, when the opponent in Gen 1, again, I don't know how it works here, but in Gen 1, when the opponent growls or tackles or flashes, not tackles, but growls or tail whips or flashes you or whatever, for whatever reason, they have a 1 in 5 chance to miss just randomly. And I don't know why they have a 1 in 5 chance to miss. It doesn't really make any sense. Alright, Tangela can kind of fuck me up, so we'll just go into Drakazora. I don't have anyone to deal with Sudowoodo. Not that I need anyone to deal with Sudowoodo, but I don't have anyone to deal with Sudowoodo. Take way longer than most it would take 6. Well, for new games, Reverend. But he was talking about the other one where it was 400 and some odd Pokemon, which is still a shitload. Not to mention, it doesn't really matter the amount of resources. Like, you only have so many artists who are skilled at that, unless you hire more and cost yourself a lot of money. I don't know. Pokemon following you is just, like, it was nice, but it was one of those things that should be considered. I think you should have figured out by the next Pokemon game that came out, where Pokemon didn't follow you anymore, that it should be considered a bonus when it happens, and is not necessary by any means, because it really adds nothing to the game other than a nice visual. And it also, if anything, makes the game more ridiculous when you have, you know, giant fucking Pokemon following you. It's just weird. Like, oh, don't mind me, I'm just going to the fucking mart. This is my Suicune. Suicune, pick up some milk while we're here, thanks. You know what I mean? Did I talk to the girl? Or did I not talk to the girl? Alright, fuck, I didn't talk to the girl. Pokemon following you is Tails and Xenoverse. Yeah, Pokemon following you is Tails and Xenoverse, and people who complain about eyebrows not disappearing when you go Super Saiyan 3. There you go. This bitch. That is such a good comparison. Later, Jacob. Have a good one, man. Fun doing college work. Some of the bigger Pokemon, but it was just the bigger Pokemon. So where the fuck am I going? Later, Epic Arch. Have a good one, man. What the fuck do I do to get the... Okay, that's just a weird... It's a weird set of events. You talk to that bitch, she's like, I have plenty of water. Then you go up there and she's like, oh yeah, my sister's a squirt bottle. So you go talk to her sister and she still doesn't give you the squirt bottle. Any advice for 10th grade? What are you, sophomore year? Just keep at it. Sophomore year, you should still be working hard. At least for me, in some high schools it's backwards. And it depends on if you're... just going to be an average student, or if you're gunning for, you know, you're going to be doing college classes in high school and try to be ready by the time you get out of high school. It just depends on your school and everything. But for me, classes in school got progressively easier, but I also wanted to do it less and less. Sophomore year, you still need to be hitting it hard. That would be my bit of advice, is just keep hitting the sophomore year as hard as you can. And then on junior year, maybe you tap the brakes, and then on senior year, you do whatever you want. But sophomore year, still be going. You don't want to fuck up yet, right? That's pretty much my advice for 10th grade, as far as school is concerned. Also, obviously, go to the dances, talk to the ladies, try to get in there. That's also what high school is for. Remember one time I caught Sudowoodo? I thought it was going to be the best fucking Pokemon. I thought it was going to be the best Pokemon in the world. Because level 20 was really high for wild Pokemon when you get here, right? Like, that's going to be the best fucking Pokemon in the world. And I kept Sudowoodo on my team. And then around the time it hit level 45, I was like, this Pokemon isn't that good, but I'm too committed. You know? Young handballs. Guru, I thought you went to bed, man. Go back to sleep or something. Ouch. Literal that too. Got him. Wanna go to MSU? Missouri State? Minnesota State? Other state? Where are you gonna go? Working on homework? Oh, I got you. Alright, this bitch will have Ladybug. I think Ladybug might be part flying. That might be its evolution, though. There's two of them. Two girls up here. Annie and Ann. Ann and Annie are their names, man. Ain't that something else? Clefairy. Fucking Owl. Yeah, dude, Pikachu's still so weak. Plus, Clefairy is really tanky, too. Michigan State? Okay, I got you. These all apricorns. Apricorns, excuse me. The pack is full. Oh, man, why was there not a berry pack in this game? They did a lot of things right. But not making a berry pack was wrong. Fusion. I might hang on to the Bitterberry this time. Your boy might be working for the WWE within 30 months as an audio engineer. Oh shit, Fat, that's awesome. That's really cool, man. I have 2 full heals. We can drop the Awakening. Some of the apricorns, I really don't give a fuck about the apricorns. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Pokemon can't do a thing if they're asleep. This asshole wants to put my Pokemon to sleep so he can have sex with them. Fuck him up, Scyther. Use your pursuit. It's super effective. I really didn't plan on using Scyther, I'm not gonna lie. I just thought he would die. I just thought I would throw him out and he would die. It is super effective. Fuck, I used a berry. I wasted my berry. Ecruteak music is fucking fantastic, by the way. I better see some Ecruteak Craigasms in chat, please.